Welcome to the Summers Woodworking Show. This is Season 4, Episode 1, and this is going to be New Beginnings. I'm in a brand new shop, in a new place that I've never lived before, and it's interesting. Tonight we're just going to hang out. I got to get my wheels greased again and talk about things that are happening in the shop. My name's Brian. If you haven't subscribed to this show, you're missing out. So I recommend you hitting that subscribe button. And also I recommend you hitting the subscribe button to some of the folks that are on this panel. And we'll go down this panel and I'll introduce you to each and every one of them. How about you, Chris?
Hey guys, Chris Ahern here from the Old Cranky Workshop. You can find me on Facebook under the Old Cranky Workshop, on YouTube under Krista Wheeler, or down at the neighborhood pub if I'm not at those places.
All righty. How about you, Jerry? You want to tell people about you? Blah, 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 blah. You're muted. Microphone? Okay. We'll get back to you. How about you, Mike?
Mike Mertzke, Mertzke Custom Woodworking. You can find me. You can find all my social media links at mertzkecustomwoodworking.com. My YouTube channel is just under my name, Mike Mertzke.
And what kind of stuff do you do, Mike?
It all of it.
All of it?
Yep.
Do you do chainsaw carving?
Not yet. Give me time.
I don't do all of it. So what do you do?
I do everything from small craft like plaques, signs, and stuff like that up to furniture, home renovation projects, and everything in between.
Okay, so have you done any finishing work?
Finishing? Yeah, finishing, refinishing, yep.
Okay, get your butt down here. I need some help. Anyway, that is Mike Mercy. How about you, Shane? We'll go to you next.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shane. You can find me on all your social media networks, YouTube, Twitter, everything, Facebook, under Shane's Hobby Shop.
All right. And what do you do, Shane?
Well, I'm a woodworker. I do a lot of woodworking, and right now I've got a contest going on. You still got time to enter in my contest. It does end tomorrow night at midnight, which is the Mother's Day contest.
Cool. And what do they got to do for that contest?
Well, you can go to my Facebook page, like I said, Shane's Hobby Shop. The very first post, you're going to see the rules and regulations and all the prizes I'm giving away for the Shane's Hobby Shop. I'm sorry, for the Mother's Day contest. And like I say, you still got till tomorrow night at midnight to put your videos in, and then we're going to be giving away a lot of great prizes.
Okay, so what do they got to do?
Yeah, what do they got to make?
Oh, well, you can make anything that you want for your significant other. You can even name your video whatever you want. All I'm asking is that the project be mainly out of wood. You can add anything else into it that you want to, but as long as it's mainly out of wood. Your video is under 10 minutes long, and you got to put in your description that's for Shane's Hobby Shop Mother's Day Contest 2016. And then email that to me, and I'll put you in a playlist.
All right, cool. Sounds great. And how about you, Shannon? You want to tell people about yourself? First of all, he's our co-host. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Shannon.
I carried a watermelon.
I carried a watermelon.
I guess the easiest way, you can find my YouTube stuff, what little areas of it, under Shannon Fargo. And on Instagram and Facebook, you can find Fat Guy in a Little Shop and laugh at all my stuff there. And then outside of that, you can stalk me through the fence over there if you want to, peek in and see what I'm doing. I don't recommend that one. I tend to freak out when people are staring at my fence, but, you know, that works for you. but we're found just about every Saturday at the Denton Community Market selling all kinds of stuff. My wife does a lot of different handcrafted stuff. I've got cutting boards and actually pens now, believe it or not. I took 6 whole pens to market. Yeah, Jerry would be proud of me.
Hey, I'm proud. Did you get a lathe?
Yeah, I got a lathe back, December-ish, something
All
like that.
right.
And finally turned my first thing in like February, but there's whole other reasons for that. The thing with the pens, I'm not, really getting too far into it, but a long time ago, what I was doing with my cutting boards was when I'd run them through the planer to get the nice evenness of them, I'd always have these little pieces that were left over because I'd make one board intentionally longer by about 3 or 4 inches so that snipe would happen on that part of it and not in the main board, and it was a whole lot less sanding for me that way. And so after I was done, I'm left with all these 3 and 4 inch long little pieces of wood, and I thought, well, that's the perfect pen blank. And so far, I have about half of the blue recycle bin that the city provided. I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but oh well. We've got the trash can and the recycle bin, and I just brought the recycle bin to the backyard, and it's about half full of pen blanks right now. So,
Oh, wow.
I have a little bit of work ahead of me. So.
Oh, I'd say. All righty. Sounds great. Jerry, do you got your mic fixed?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Jerry, Polly Wants Crafter. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all under Polly Wants Crafter. Doing Wednesdays and Fridays from now until whenever at farmer markets locally, and special shows on Saturdays.
Cool. What kind of stuff do you do?
Scroll saw, lathe, CNC, anything in between.
All right, sounds great. You make furniture?
The biggest furniture so far has been a couple of 6-foot tall CD racks, but I'm open to making anything.
Awesome. All righty, well, we'll go over to you, David, again. Let's see here. Microphone, Bubba.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Gotcha.
All right. I'm David with DLG Woodwork. You can find me on YouTube or Instagram under the same DLG Woodwork. I do a little bit of everything. I've been doing a lot of pen casting lately, Lumilite casting. I've got a recent video on a Lumilite and Purple Heart bowl. I've made some furniture. I've made a little bit of things in the past, tables mostly, tables, bookshelves, things like that.
Sounds great. How long have you been woodworking?
I've been woodworking, I guess probably about 9 years, but I just really got heavy into it within the last probably year and a half. The first probably 7 years of it was I'd build a project, and 6 months later I would start another project, and 6 months later I would finish it, and on and on. And it was probably the first 7 years I built maybe 8 things, and I've built 40-something projects over the last year and a half.
Cool. Hey, Shannon, I got a question for you. Can you monitor the live feed?
I think so.
All righty. Let's see here.
If I remember how to do it.
I got a special announcement. This year, we're going to change it up with the giveaways, the contests, or I should say the challenges. We're going to start, I'd say, about the 1st of June, doing the Birdhouse Challenge, and then in September, we're going to do the 2x4 Challenge. I got recommendations to do the Birdhouse Challenge early because the time that I've had it was too late in the season, so the birds couldn't actually use it until the following year. So I figured we'll just change that up, and I'm going to try to get some sponsors from now till the 1st of June, and I'll announce the video, the Birdhouse Challenge. It'll be its 4th year, and you guys are seeing it first live tonight. So, anybody want to help sponsor this event? Get your hands in the pot, and we'll try to make something out of this season. Tonight, we're just basically going to have general chat. Is there any questions out there, Shannon?
Just everybody saying hi. Ron's out there hiding out. Dan's hiding out, stirring the pot. So, you know, as they do.
Okay.
But I'm getting caught back up on it.
Okay, I'm going to pull it up too, so let's see here.
Hey, Brian, while you're pulling that up, on the challenges, I don't like change, so I'm going to build my birdhouse out of a 2x4 since I already bought a 2x4.
Okay, cool. Let's see. You know, I bought this brand new laptop. It's got the, I guess, the 8-core, and this thing is slower than the second coming. I got the dual core that's, you know, a few years old, and that thing, it's a lot faster than this thing. Yeah, I can't even get the chat to come up.
Yeah, Ashley, Brian, you just now went black. We can't even see you no more.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think it has more to do with your bandwidth than the computer.
Ah, great. Am I back yet?
Yeah, actually, you're coming and going. One moment you're there, next moment you're not.
Okay. Let me know when I'm back.
Okay, there you are. I see you.
Alrighty. Well, what have you guys been doing? It's been a long time since I got to sit down and chat with y'all.
I'll tell you what, Brian, why don't you start us off? You built your shop, and I remember you did some cool video on the building of it. What have you been up to since?
Well, I've been exploring with this foam insulator stuff, and I gotta say I'm not all that great at it. I've been filling in nooks and crannies. I did the insulation on the wall. I've been struggling with getting my AC. This is my second AC in here. The one that I had in here, it was the old AC to this house. And this one here I bought and put in the bedroom. But this one's a lot more powerful than the one that I had in here, so I swapped them out. And now the hole in the wall is a little different, so I had to modify that and then get that up in there. And now, as you can see, it's pushed in too much. So I got all kinds of rain and stuff coming in that's going through the AC and into my shop. So it seems like I can't get rid of all these leaks. So I gotta go around with the knife and break the seal on the silicone, push it back, then reseal it. Let's see here. I don't know. You can see the top there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, with that top, when they first built this place, up here was a gutter system on the other side of the wall. Well, whenever that gutter system would fill up, it would overflow, come down onto the 2x4s, and run down the wall. So I had to figure a way how to solve that problem. Well, with these awnings, the gutter system on a regular house, you can clean it from the outside, where this, you can't clean it, period. There's not enough room to get your hands down in the gutter. And the gutter is only about, I'd say about this tall. And with all these palm trees, you get these little bitty seeds that fall down into the gutter. And then, let's see here, they fall down in the gutter and they fill it all up. So when it fills all up, all that water that the rain comes from just overflows. So what I did is on the outside, I cut the wall to the gutter and took the wall off. So now all I got is like this L shape. And here's where the roof line is. And it just comes down, hits that, and then bounces outside instead of overflooding and then going inside. And then I got it all filled with cups and then styrofoam foam. So it's insulated now, and it's no water's coming through. Let's see here. In this back wall, I got my big screen TV up.
Sweet.
It's a 55-inch, and I bought the wall mount for this TV at Harbor Freight for $20, and it works just great. I built a little shelf here for, just temporary, so I could put my little digital streaming box here, so I can watch YouTube and everything on my TV. Because this TV isn't a smart TV, it's a dumb TV. Now the one in the bedroom's the smart TV that I bought, but it's a lot smaller than this. It comes out to about right here. And I got this idea from Mike Capozzi. I like that idea. He's got his logo and everything on the screen when he talks to you. So instead of having a sign that I make, I'm going to just put my sign up there and I'll do my presentations up there.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Hey, there's Shannon's trade. Now, as you can see, I got to insulate this wall, but I filled in all the crevices with that foam stuff for this back door. And still waiting on my contractor to bring me the deadbolt for this. It's been since, what, February? And let's see here. I got my bandsaw back here, and I got my 12-inch compound miter saw. It's a slider, so I like that. And then you can see that my lathe is over there being buried with other stuff. And I got to fix some rust issues on my table saw. But that's what I've been doing. And trying to fight this heat, it gets about, before I turn on the AC and everything, it gets about 150 degrees in the shop.
Ooh.
I turn on the AC, and this has been on for about 3 hours. And I'm at 83 degrees in here.
You must be in Texas, then.
Oh, yeah, we're in South Texas.
Yeah, I used to live in Beaumont, so I know all about that Texas heat.
Oh, yeah, the other day I just went outside to take the temperature reading, 115 degrees. But yet, the internet says it's only 96 degrees. I was like, you're lying to me.
They can't put it on the internet if it's not true.
Yeah, true. So, that's what I've been doing. And also, I've been sick a lot lately, too. So, I have to find a schedule that really works and stick to it. Because I tell you what, trying to work in here during the day, it's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any kind of AC in my shop, and summertime, most of my woodworking is done from about 10 p.m. on till as late as I can stay up, and then during the day I don't do much out here unless I just have to get something done.
What kind of insulation you got on your ceiling?
On my ceiling, it's actually all blown-in insulation. Whenever there's a little article on my website where I added insulation, and so I blew insulation into the walls, and I just added some extra. I put all the excess that I had bought and blew it in up on my ceiling. I still need to insulate the garage door, but I mean, it doesn't get too uncomfortable here because I'm in the garage, it's connected to the house. But it's still, I mean, during the day, it can still get pretty warm in here, especially with the garage door not being insulated yet.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got the double doors over here. This is the thing that really made me mad, is these crown moldings, let me see, these crown moldings do not match. Not to mention the color's different.
Oh, that is wrong. Did your contractor do that, or you just did that on your own?
My contractor hired this door company, and this is the third door that I've had on here.
Oh, that's wrong. They did you bad on that one.
Yeah, they did. And he won't come out here and do anything.
I'd be looking for a new contractor.
Well,
Yeah.
the rest of the stuff I can do myself, but I mean, when it comes to high stuff, I can't get up on a ladder and do anything.
Yep.
So I'm having a hard time, and you notice the roof up there, it's got a different section of panel.
Yeah.
Well, that leaks along the side there. And all the guy did was screw that panel up there and then caulked on the outside. Well, he didn't put no seal, between the two metals. So I got to find a way or find somebody to go up there, loosen that up, put a sill in between there, and then sandwich it together, and then caulk it.
Dang, I won't be using them no more.
But as far as doors and stuff goes, I'm not getting a deadbolt because I'm going to hound him until he brings me a deadbolt. Then I'll probably change it out anyway, but I mean, I'm going to... Anyway, it's not a big deal, but as far as the doors are concerned, they look pretty close. Unless you're really looking at them, you can tell the difference. But then I'll paint them. But God, in the seat, I just don't feel like it. I mean, for the past week, I've had the shivers and then high fever temperatures. So I haven't been feeling good. And then last weekend today was the only day it hasn't rained for about, I'd say, a week and a half. And we've been under tornado watch. So.
Well, how's the weather today out there, besides the heat?
It's kind of dark looking. But it's no rain, no wind.
Well, we got just the opposite. We got all the wind but no rain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've been wanting to get back outside and do all my woodworking outside, but it's just been too windy out here. I've already dropped one camera because of the wind, and that's why I had to buy my Nikons. But I ain't going out there now, not with that wind. It's too crazy.
Yeah. My father-in-law, he's like, you're in Texas. You don't need a big shop. Just need a place big enough to store your tools and then bring it out in the carport. I was like, yeah, but I'm lazy. I don't want to have to wheel everything out. Besides, I want AC. I don't want to work in 120-degree weather.
With all the rain you get, have you thought about building a boat instead of a shop?
A boat?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I tell you what, I was feeling like I was living on one this past week.
Well, I know that rain that y'all got down there in the south was it not even a month ago. I thought somebody was gonna have to build an ark.
Oh heck, Charles is in here. Hey, what's happening? Charles in charge?
talk to us, Charles.
Time no talk, Mike. Okay.
Yes,
Never
sorry,
mind.
I was in the middle of typing. Good to see you all. Great to see you doing a show again, Brian. That's great to see. And I haven't talked to quite a video in quite a while.
Hey, I liked your last video you put out.
Thank you. 8 people didn't on the same day I put it out.
Really?
Usually thumbs down don't bother me, but that's the most I've ever gotten, and it was all in one night. It's like, wow. Okay, but we're good. Thank you. I appreciate it, though.
Well, at least they watched.
Yeah.
So you want to tell people who you are if they don't already know who you are and how they can find you?
I am Charles Deering. My forte is scroll sawing. I recently started lathe-printing mainly pens, and God, I haven't seen most of you in forever. And you can find all my social media links on woodenvisions.com under the links tab, I believe.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks for having me.
So what have you been up to?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, trying to learn to turn pens just when I think I got the neck of it, Jerry. You find something wrong with them. or my lathe breaks, and then so I had an emergency pen sale and managed to get another one.
It's
Still trying
just
to fix it.
constructive criticism there, Charles.
Oh, I know, Jerry. I'm just messing with you. I don't trust the bushings on my the 7mm bushings get worn down so easy. I don't trust them, so I always go a little proud of them, and they go up. A little proud of.
You're not supposed to turn the bushings.
I know. Every night. I don't turn
Jerry, I like that blue pin in the middle, Jerry.
Yeah, hold on, Jerry.
I generally don't turn the bushings. I've just heard they wear down real easy.
I like all of them.
These are just today's.
Well, put them in a box and mail them to me, Jerry.
I've only done about 70 pins.
Now put those up there for a minute, Jerry.
Yeah. Jerry, the other blue pin, yeah, that one at the end, what is that made out of? That one.
Yeah.
It's an acrylic true stone, like turquoise.
I was going to say turquoise.
Where did you get that?
I have no idea.
Oh, you're a lot of help.
I think I got it from Penn State Industries, probably.
That's a Southwest pen kit, right?
Yeah, that's the Southwest kit, but the blank I think I got from.
Pins up here. I want to look at them. All right. Let's see here. What's
This
that?
one's-
Duke?
That's cherry.
Uh-huh.
That's curly maple, and that's Purdue.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, I like both those blue ones. I like all of them, but I mean, those really pop out.
They are nice.
Yeah, I sold so many pins this week, I had to make more today.
Okay, I got a question for you. The one that's turquoise.
Mm-hmm.
What style of pin is that?
That's the Southwest.
Southwest. And where do you get that? Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State mostly.
And how much does that cost, roughly?
I think the kit itself is $20.
Oh, okay, $20, huh?
Yeah, it's a little more expensive. So
What question we got, Mike?
Fraser's asking, what do you guys enjoy most about woodworking?
Working the wood, man.
I think doing it in general is kind of therapeutic. You're keeping your mind busy, keeping your hands busy. You feel like you're creating something. That's my answer.
You got a purpose in this life, man.
Yeah.
I just like watching what Jerry comes up with.
Yeah, me too.
For me, I like it when I get to show off my product, and then everybody else comments about how they like it and all that. I got some things I made I put out on the porch, and people come by, and like my neighbors, they love it. People on Facebook, they'll tell me how they really like it. That's what makes me feel good. Yes, I do sell my stuff, but I really like more the compliments that I get out of it.
Yeah. Now, I live here in this trailer park area, and a lot of the residents are winter Texans, and there are a lot from Iowa. Any of you guys from Iowa? No?
Texas here. Matter of fact, you got what?
I
4
tell
Texans
you
in
what,
here.
everybody that I've talked about, they don't know what a whirligig is.
Is Iowa really a place?
So I was like, well, I tell you what, my buddy, he runs this whirligig contest, and once I enter it, I'll put a whirligig out in the front yard, and then you guys can see what it looks like.
There you go.
Free advertise.
Well,
You do
what?
have to be careful though, because in Texas, sometimes whirligigs are those things that come down out of the clouds and get you. So,
Oh, yeah, those are whirligigs. But yeah, we get enough wind down here. I know that thing will start flying. Where was we? Okay, we were in Jerry. Well, actually, we were with Charles. You guys
Yep.
see what you do to me, Charles?
I do that to everybody, I think.
So
Hey,
when
Drew,
did you
why don't
get
you
your
go?
lathe?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
When did you get your lathe, Charles?
I got it from Russ Meadows because he never used it, and I believe that was about a month or two ago. And then the motor pulleys wasn't expanding and contracting up the two sides of it to allow it to change speed. I tried to take the pulleys off; they shattered, so I had an emergency pin sale and got a smaller one. They were both Harbor Freight lathes. I know that's not top of the mill, but we're talking about my budget.
Oh,
I
so
got
you
back.
went and got the smaller one?
Yeah. I'm still hoping to fix the bigger one because I like the speed change much better.
Yeah, that's the one I got. I got both of them.
Yeah.
I was thinking of selling my small one, but I don't know. Once I get home.
Well, you gotta have a backup.
Once you get, yeah, definitely a backup. Once you get used to having to switch the belts around on the small one, it's not that bad, but it's still a pain in the butt. I've only done about 70 pins though.
Holy cow!
Hey, Charles, why don't you tell everybody your new scroll saw pattern that you just made up?
If y'all can babble about something, I'll look for it. Actually, I've made 2 of them.
Wow! Look at all
Willie
those
Nelson.
things. He got that fever, man.
Yeah, Willie Nelson, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it.
I gotta locate it now. Oh crap.
While he's looking at that, I'll answer the question on the my favorite part of woodworking.
Okay.
I was going to say my favorite part is the groupies, but still don't have any. So
Yeah.
no, really, my favorite part of woodworking is just similar to what one of the guys said a minute ago. It's just making something, just taking a pile of wood and using the skill that I've learned and the tools I've acquired to be able to put it together and make it into something else that's usable for somebody or something else somebody else looks at and thinks, hey, that's really cool. You really made that. So just the taking the raw materials and turning it into something.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I did this on a whim, but this is actually my most used tool. It's a cell phone holder. And I did that, I think it was that scrap bin challenge or something. No. It was Pallet Wood Challenge for Sterling, that's right. And I got a lot of views off of this thing, and all it is just a block of wood that's shaped to hold my cell phone. I mean,
Yeah, that's handy to have. I made a few. I had a little scrap piece of live edge cherry, and I made a few of those. I sold a few at a craft show last fall, and then I keep one out in my shop, and I've got one on my desk at work. That's a handy little item to have.
yeah, I use it every day. And I was like, oh, I'll never use this thing. But, yeah, I can't live without it. I mean, I'm constantly on my phone because it's convenient. And then to have this, you know, with it, I can sit down, watch videos, whatnot.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I sold a few at a craft show. It's a good small to have on your table for a craft show if you do craft shows, because I mean you can make 6 or 8 of them for about $2 just out of some scrap wood or whatever in about 30 minutes. And I mean even if you sell them for $3 or $4, that's just somebody else that's bought something from you, somebody that's at your table making a purchase that may encourage somebody else to buy something. So.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, I just love it. Woodworking to me is just keeps me busy, keeps me motivated, and then yeah, you put videos out, make a little bit of pocket change, and then the community that surrounds those videos, that's what keeps me going.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what keeps me going too. I started out because we have an old house and buying millwork in the shape and form that we need to match the old house is costing a fortune.
Yeah.
I got a router table and we started burning our own house. So, and one thing led into another. Next thing you know, I'm building the cabinets for the kitchen, did the built-in for the dining room, built a buffet of the dining room, and now I've got a fully operational shop. So, and then like Brian said, the community around you get hooked in with you bunch of pirates. I got hooked in with you guys now.
Yeah.
So,
and the satisfaction that you did it with your own hands.
Like you're looking for Saturday night to come so you can get out and hang out the shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to jump subjects on you, but y'all wanted to see the Willie, the other one I hadn't shown a video of. The one on the left is the one the video is.
That is very nice. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, fellas.
I really like that one on the left.
Could you imagine doing all the holes for all that, though?
Oh yeah, you have to rest your arm. I don't have a drill press that can fit all that, so.
Oh, Lordy.
I gotta use a hand drill.
Those are nice, though, Charles.
Thank you, sir. Back to the show.
So the white is what you cut out, right?
You cut out the dark. The white represents wood. Anytime you have on traditional scroll saw patterns, if you're cutting out the white, it'll say so on the pattern, but 9 times out of 10, you're cutting out the dark.
Cool. So, David, show us around your shop real quick, if you don't mind.
Oh, no problem. I've been meaning to do a shop tour because my shop has changed so much since what you see on my website. I'll go give you kind of the overall view.
Okay.
If I can, without dropping my tab. Right here is my newest acquisition, saw stop table saw, which I love it. It's awesome.
Ah, man.
Hey, name it.
Sweet.
Yeah. Harbor Freight dust collector starts over here. Got some plywood back there in the back. My little Sears Craftsman 14-inch bandsaw. Then it goes, here's one of my favorite spots of the shop, and it's not even mine. It's my daughter's workbench. When she does homeschool, and I love that. So then around to my lathe, and that's a junked up area, but I do a lot of work over here. Pins and duck calls and some more recent castings I've done.
What kind of chuck do you got on your lathe there?
It's a Nova chuck, just the small Nova. I don't remember the model number or whatever of it, but it's just a small Nova chuck.
It's not the Infinity?
No, it's an older. I got it back several years ago from a guy that worked for Nova. He was one of their reps, and he was retiring and had a whole bunch of them somehow in his stash, and I got it for about $50.
Nice.
Friends in low places.
Yeah. Then I got my sanders over here. I got a little sander cart, my rigid sander, and then my little belt disc sander down there. Then I got a new shelf thing here I built. It's got my scroll saw and my work sharp and router and a jigsaw down there. A few other things here in the floor that I hadn't put up yet. I bought me a new router, a Triton router. Then my drill press with the drill press table.
What kind of camera are you using there?
That camera, that's a Panasonic Lumix FZ200.
Oh, nice.
It works really well for me. Had to get a special adapter for the microphone. You see the little microphone deal there on my drill press table, but it plugs up and it works well. So, which I do mostly voiceovers on my videos, but I've been wanting to do like my shop updates and stuff like that. So I got a microphone, and there's the big pine cone that Shannon loves. That thing's 14 inches long.
Wow.
It comes from Yellowstone National Park.
Look at you bragging about the size.
But I didn't get it, so.
I used to have a whole bag full of those.
Yeah. And over here in this corner where you go in the house, I got my toolboxes stacked up with wrenches and various other stuff. And then there's my Grandpa Massey. That's him in his shop back in like around 1968, 1970, somewhere around there, and there's a few of his old tools up on the wall.
Okay.
And I've got my finishing stuff up here where my daughter can't get into it. And some clamps on the wall, clamp rack here, and then some more tools over here on the wall, different stuff hung up. And my Rubo workbench, which if you follow me on Instagram,
Yeah,
you'll see that. See if I can show you here, the different paint colors and Alumilite dyes and several other things there. And then back around, I got my Grizzly air cleaner up there, which for a shop my size is 12 by 20. Hey, Grizzly air cleaner, man, I can be sanding and almost having zero dust in the air. It does a really, really good job.
Oh, wow.
And then my rigid planer here on wheels, I roll it over to where I'm standing when I need it, and then kind of a jump corner back here where we started.
Okay, cool.
Got another question from the outside chat. Want to know hand tools or power tools? For me, it's power tools.
Power tools.
Both.
Both. Although
Yeah,
I don't have very many hand tools, but I tell you what, I love handwork.
I'm too lazy for hand tools.
I use the tool that fits the job. That's, the plain and
Exactly,
simple.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Mike's got the right answer there. That's the way I am. I've got power tools and hand tools, and it's good set of chisels is almost a requirement. I consider that hand tools, but I mean, if you're doing any kind of nice woodworking, I think a good set of chisels is good to have. And I've got a couple little planes and saws I use. I use hand tools too because I don't have a power joiner, just because it takes up too much room for what I do. I built a Rubo without a joiner. I figured I could get by without it, so I sold it, and I just use a number 7 and planer sled. So.
Yeah,
Well, screwdrivers and a hammer is most I'll do with hand tools. David, that's something else I want to get into is casting as well. There's a lot of possibilities.
David, you doing casting?
Yes, been casting pen blanks, and my latest video is I cast a bowl blank, Purple Heart wood and Alumilite.
Okay, we can't see nothing.
You use a
Oh, I
pressure
stepped
pot?
out of the camera.
Use a pressure pot or a vacuum chamber?
Do what?
You use a pressure pot or a vacuum chamber?
I use a pressure pot. It's a Harbor Freight pressure pot. I bought it used off of IEP from a guy. I got to fix the leaks, but it works well. Here's some of the recent blanks I've cast, so if I can get it. That one's purple and black and white.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
I'm calling this one Starburst. I don't know. It's about 4 different colors, green and yellow and blue and red, like a pinkish color.
I wonder what that's going to look like turned.
And then this is really, really cool. It's probably my favorite I've cast here recently. It's copper, like a North Carolina blue. mica powder, and I can't wait to get one of these turned. I just haven't had time to turn it yet.
Tar Heel Blue.
What do you
I've
make
heard that.
What do you make your molds out of?
I've got one mold. I bought a cutting board, like the thick cutting board that you buy at Walmart, the big ones. And I actually, based off a recommendation by Zach Higgins, I ordered some HDPE plastic, just a 12 by 24 sheet off Amazon, and I made a mold out of that. I've got a little one blank mold here, which I haven't used yet. 3 blank mold. This is made out of the cutting board, and a big 5 blank mold. All the castings I just shown you were done in this one here.
Oh, wow.
So Shane, you were talking about vacuum chambers and the pressure pots. I watched a video, I believe it was by Zach Higgins. He says vacuum chambers are better for stabilizing wood, and the pressure pot's better for the actual casting. It can be done in a vacuum chamber, but it's not recommended in his eyes.
What's the difference?
That I don't know. He goes into detail. He said he talked to a lady on the phone from Illumilite to find out what the difference and why one is better than the other, and I don't remember it all. So that's a plug to go watch that video.
My understanding is one is caused by the pressure of inducting air into the chamber, and the other one is from pulling air out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Both create pressure, just different.
Yeah, I think I've seen a comparison video where he he put Luminolite into a vacuum chamber, and when he vacuumed out the air, and it just caused way too many bubbles in the Luminolite, so when it dried, it was really no good. It was just too bubbly.
Yeah, we were talking.
Mike's got it right. The pressure pot pressurizes everything in there and basically forces the bubbles out of the Luminolite that way. And a vacuum chamber actually pulls all the air out. That's why you want to use it for stabilizing, because it pulls actually the air out of the wood and lets the stabilizing resin soak into the wood.
Yeah, and going back to the I don't mean to keep interrupting. Going back to the pressure pots, a lot of people have problems with leaks from the Harbor Freight, and I saw that Zach had gotten a CA Technologies pressure pot with no problems at all. It's much more expensive though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he also fixed those leaks with some that plumber's tape, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he used something in a red tube. It's like by Loctite, I believe.
Yeah.
He said that works. You can also, he said you also want to tighten the lid in case it's a lid gasket. You want to tighten that like you do when you're tightening up a tire, lug nuts across from each other.
Right.
Little things. He has a good tip video about how to stop the leaks, but I prefer to have one with no lid.
Yeah, the people I watch on that is Zach Higgins. Another person that I watch is Dima's Workshop. And there's one other guy that I've seen do it.
Somebody Wisson, David what? I don't know how to spell it, so I'll just shut up.
There's a guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but I think his channel is called Turning Round. He does some casting. Most of my stuff I've learned from Zach. I mean, you can watch Zach's. I mean, that's all basically how I've learned how to cast, and my first casting come out well. It's with a Luminolite. If you got a pressure pot, set up well and watch Zach's videos, it's a pretty simple process to do.
Cool. Yeah.
So,
I want to get into that one of these days. Go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say, Frazier had another question. I guess I'll lead it off answering his last one. What I enjoy most about woodworking is kind of, what others have said is just the taking a raw material and then turning it into something, the creation, the transformation of that thing, and then kind of leading into Frazier's other question with that is kind of being able to do that for a client. I like to I like working with clients to where they have a need, a want for something, and I can kind of help guide them, and then, hopefully, they'll give me the freedom to, kind of add a little artistic influence in there. But Frazier's last question is, what gives you the motivation to get in the shop? And that kind of, I think they kind of tie in together. It's just that seeing that project go from kind of cradle to grave and finishing it up like that. I mean, I love that.
Yeah. Go from raw form to something artistic.
Yep.
I'd say it's kind of like what others are saying. It's almost a therapy. I have an office job, and sitting at a desk all day, moving paper from one side of the desk to the other. It's really not the most exciting thing on the planet. It used to be a good job, but it's changed. But I can't wait to get in the shop. I sit there all day now thinking, geez, if I was in the shop, I could be doing the following, you know. And I get home sometimes, I go right out here. Saturday mornings, right after breakfast, I'm in the shop. And I'll be out here till late at night then. So it's just it's a relief therapy.
I think for all of us, it's a degree of a passion because I don't feel at home unless I'm in the shop. I mean, that's probably why my marriage is lasting because we're not together long enough to fight. But I mean, there is a degree of passion. I mean, you just want to make something new and better yourself. And going back to y'all were talking about the creating thing. When it comes to turning, you don't know what you're going to get until you get further into that wood. I mean, so yeah, all that stuff ties together, but for me, it's the passion and getting away from honeydews.
Yeah, because when you're turning, it's not you telling the wood what you want it to look like. That wood's telling you what it's going to be.
Yeah, to a certain degree, you're right.
Accepting it or working with it a little bit more. That's basically how turning goes.
Yeah.
Where did Shannon go? Anybody?
I don't know. He dropped off.
Yeah, he dropped out of here.
Well, heck, we got like 5 more minutes or so. I just want to remind everybody that the 1st of June we're going to have a birdhouse challenge, and I'm looking for sponsors. So if you want to help sponsor the event, get your name out there. These challenges are a way to reach more people than you normally would do. Unless you're a big guy, then you got the subscribers, so you don't need me. But also in September, we're going to have the 2x4 challenge. I'll be announcing the announcement video for the Birdhouse Challenge, I'd say right around June 1st. And next week, I'd like to do a shop project with one of y'all. Any of you guys working on something that you can do a little bit of that work on the show?
Not at the moment.
I
don't got anything right now either.
All I've been doing is turning pins, so I had nothing exciting for anybody.
I've been displaying bad hotel art.
Yeah, when you was at the first of the show, your head was right in the middle of all that red. And I was about to say, well, what is that? Yeah.
Oh, man.
The show will be at this time next Sunday night. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll message you in a day or two. I may have something, Brian.
Hey, are you going to do some casting?
Well, actually, I need to build a casting cart. I'm going to build a little cart for my pressure pot so I can wheel it around and I've got casting stuff everywhere right over here to my left. And I want somewhere to kind of organize all that, the dies and the cups and all the different stuff that I use. So I want to build some kind of little cart to wheel it around, but I'm going to put the pressure pot on top. I just haven't drawn it up yet, but I'm hoping to, actually, that was what I was going to build either this week or next weekend. So, I mean, I could do some casting if you wanted me to, but...
Well, if you want to do that cart, you can get all the cuts and everything done, and then on the show you can put it together and whatnot.
Well, before you sign off, I want to say it again, Brian. It's great to see you in the swing of things, and it's great to see all these guys I haven't seen in a while.
Thanks, Charles.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back, Brian.
Well, I thank you guys for coming on to the show tonight. I mean,
good to see you back in the game.
You know, when you're out of something for so long, taking that first step, getting back into it, you
Yeah.
know, you got to hold your breath and just shoot the dice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah, y'all probably heard me. Y'all probably heard me say before, but my reason for getting into YouTube videos is because of Brian. You know, he's sponsoring a 2x4 challenge, and you know, so I owe you that, Brian. I appreciate you. You're a good buddy. I'm glad to see you back doing this.
I said I wouldn't cry.
Same thing.
Oh my God.
Hey, now, that's my moment. Let me soak it up.
A lot of good friendships have been forged from these shows. I think one of the first shows I was involved with was Brian, I believe.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Well, that's what the show's all about, buddy. Getting you all together.
But I got Brian down to Texas.
Yeah. Now, if I could get you guys to come down a little bit so we
If
can
you
meet, that would be great.
move a little closer. Move a little closer. Jerry's only 45 minutes from me.
We don't have to move closer. I'm already moved, man.
We have a summer woodworking get together after summertime is over.
Yeah, you remember, let's see, what was it? 2 or 3 years ago? We were talking about doing the meetup over at the Alamo.
Oh, man.
Let's go to the Alamo, man.
Hey, I definitely recommend if you get a chance to, even if you got to travel a little bit to meet up with people, it's definitely worth it. I try to do that I travel a lot with my day job, so I always try to do that every chance I get, and it's definitely worth it.
Mike, you were at Atlanta, weren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I thought I met you there. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, heck, the only person I've seen off internet land was Ron.
Yeah, Jerry's probably seen me more times than he'd like to admit. I finally went to his house once, though.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me.
Finally.
Well, anyway, guys, thanks for watching the show, and everybody that's on the panel, thanks for joining in.
Thanks for having us.
I really enjoyed the show, and I want to thank
Welcome back, Brian.
All right, well, we'll see you next time, Sunday at, what is it, 7 p.m. Eastern? Yeah.
6 p.m. Central.
Yep. So we'll talk to you later.
Y'all come on back now.
Bye, y'all.